Come in. So we are live on Twitch for episode 3 of Who Are the Lone Rangers podcast. For if you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Jeff Cannonball, and I am joined, as always, by my illustrious tag partner,
Mitch Valens.
And Mitch, what are you eating today?
Haven't eaten all day, so when I stopped in Stop and Shop to get some Ben & Jerry's ice cream, I found mozzarella sticks for $5. I just reheated them and the cheese is melting. Now it's all in my mouth.
How's that?
Paradise.
How is that going for you?
Oh, so good.
I feel like that wouldn't... Jesus, don't... So, if you're just joining us, Mitch will probably be choking and dying for the first time, or the first ever choking and dying on Twitch will be,
Oh, that's so good.
I'm just gonna let Mitch do his thing as we hang out and people keep joining us. And Mitch, I hope you know right now that little arm raise you just did, that's 100% going to be the thumbnail for this YouTube video when we put this on YouTube. You put so much in your mouth, you still can't talk, can you?
Every day's a struggle.
Every day is a struggle. So as we start to kick it off, Mitch, I know you had a story from this week you wanted to tell. Are you able to tell it now, or do you have to come finish swallowing?
Oh, no, I can tell. I finished fast.
Oh, perfect. Same.
So, I'm a big fan of entrance music in wrestling.
Okay.
My favorite part of wrestling is the entrance music.
Okay.
One song in particular, Mark Henry's Sexual Chocolate entrance music.
Okay.
It's got that Barry White feel. I like Barry White. Good singer. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. So I'm listening to it, doing my exercise. Start singing the Mark Henry Sexual Chocolate entrance music out loud in the gym, surrounded by a bunch of large, sweaty, grunting men, and I go, "It's sexual, baby. I want to give it all to you." And right after I said that, I stopped, I looked, and I said to myself, I should probably stop singing this. That was it.
I really liked that earlier today you told me you had a story, and it was that. That is a story worth holding on to, so I appreciate it. And Mitch, before we move on, I just want to point out how cool my hair looks today. Producer Tara Calloway, not too happy with what I'm doing with my with myself, with my life.
Looks like you got electrocuted.
Yeah. What I really did was I used one of her combs and ran it through my hair a couple times. And when you have curly hair, that just makes it go up, especially when you haven't showered in like 4 or 5 days. But anyway, Mitch, this brings... Oh, wait, do you have something to say?
Shout out!
Shout out?
Yes. We have Cody_MC_Wild, who says hi from France.
What is going on in France? I appreciate you joining us.
Cody.
Yeah, we're going to be huge internationally. That's what we're doing this for. We just want to be famous internationally. We don't give a rip about the Americans. We're here for France, and if there's any other countries, Canada. We're here for Canada. We ride hard for Canada.
We're here for every country.
Yeah, you know what? We're here for everybody. We fly the flag of every man.
Yes, the Lone Rangers are for everyone.
There we go. There we go. Cody can't wait for H2O tomorrow, which we will be talking about in a little bit. But first, Mitch, you have your own segment on this show, so why don't you take it over and let us know what you got to rant about.
Ranger Rant.
Ranger Rant.
Right. So, I'm at the gas station. Doing good because gas was only $2 a gallon. Saving money. Decided to go in. Get a couple of drinks. Couple of beef sticks.
Couple beef sticks.
Beef sticks!
Beef sticks!
You're vegan. You're a liar.
That's true. Good point. I'm sorry. I'll let you rant.
No, it's okay. It happens. Then, I go to the register. The clerk looks at me. Tells me how much it is. I pay for it. All that hoopla. I guess because of COVID, they don't want the clerks putting stuff in the bags anymore. So they're supposed to hand it to the customer.
Okay.
Then Hannah takes the bag, throws it at me, just going, here. I looked down at that bag, grabbed it, and I said, I don't want it. The next day, he tried to do the same thing. I immediately stopped him going, no bag. Just hand me the bag nicely. Don't just grab it and throw it.
Yeah, guys, we're all going through a lot right now. Let's when we're handing bags back and forth, let's hand the bags. Let's not throw the bags.
Junior, get your dad to watch with you in the same room.
Yeah, same room. So is that the end of the Ranger rant? You calling out Junior? Okay. All right. So and we got some people coming, and like always, guys, I know I am annoying with this, but we really are trying to kind of grow everything. So please tweet it out, go on Facebook, tell people to watch. We're slowly but surely kind of getting our bearings straight on here. Neither of us know how to use Twitch whatsoever. Producer Tara Calloway helps set us up every time that we start because I don't learn it. When she leaves the room, which she just did, I kind of panic a little bit just in case something does go wrong. So bear with us and let's have fun. Isn't that
Bear!
Right?
Bear with us!
Yeah, bear with us. And for the next hour, Mitch will be doing that.
Nah, you gotta hold on to it. You know, you can't blow your load off immediately.
That's true. This is blowing your load, and that's why we are the Lone Rangers, and that's why we are the H2O Tag Team Champions and one of the most underrated tag teams this side of the old, I don't know, anything. We're the most underrated.
We're here!
We're here.
Tag champs!
Tag champs. Lone. Gotta get my fist in the shot.
Rangers!
Rangers. All right, so Mitch, as we make this weird, we actually have a lot today. So let's kind of move on. Let's get to some questions. My first question I have here is great contributor to the show, even though I don't believe she's watched one live Twitch yet. Happy Peep on Twitter. Ami Morgor, big fan of her. She asks.
Photographer.
Yes. She asks, why not a panda?
Why buy a panda?
Why not a panda?
Well, they're endangered.
Fair.
They're too lazy to have sex to have more babies to stay on Earth.
Also true.
You kind of just got to leave them there until, two of them finally just have enough energy to finally say, hey, let's get this show on the road again. And kind of just got to leave them alone and just let them take care of business before you can,
take them.
Do that panda.
Yeah, don't just take pandas. I will say, though, when I read that, good friend Falaba, he is a human panda. He's one of my favorite people in the world. So
Falaba?
Yes, sir.
I know Falaba.
Yeah, he's wonderful. And he is... Remember how last week you wouldn't yell, and now I think you've yelled several times already? But yeah, Fala, great panda, great person. So yeah, you know what? When you say why not a panda, I say heck yes to a panda. Up next, I have a question. Again, kind of moving a little bit quick. We have a lot of show today, which is nice to be able to say. A question from Lowlife Louie Jr., famed liar, still claims he's watched the first episode, never watched the first episode. Barely watched the second episode.
Yeah. His phone died.
Yeah, his phone died. His phone died, Little Louie Jr. But yeah, we're still here answering your questions. Now, Mitch, what Little Louie wants to know is if we had one last match, if the Lone Rangers had one last match, who would we go against and why?
Best friends.
Mitch will say the best friends. I will say this, and maybe Mitch has moved on from the Crusade. I'm still looking at you, Batista. You see these eyes right here? They're looking at you, Batista. These eyes only are on you.
Batista. Right.
You don't have to change your answer, Mitch. But yeah, if we had one last match, I'm going to say Batista, where we would finally end his reign of terror, and we would destroy him. Hashtag be there, Batista.
Be there, Batista.
All right, up next we have a question from Alyssa with 3 A's at the end, Kendall,
Hey.
at Alyssa Kendall on Twitter. Mitch, this is one's you because I actually do not know what is the Actually, no, you've told me this, so I do know. But this is your home base. What are the origins? Yes, what are the origins of?
Okay.
And my cats are scared.
Story time.
Story time.
Deathmatch Extravaganza 2. Lone Rangers versus Low Life Louie. Casanova Valentine. People love Low Life Louie. People love Casanova Valentine. Lone Rangers walked out. You could hear the pin drop. No sound.
I don't know if that was 100% true.
They didn't make a noise. I got upset. It was weird. You need to make sound. It needs to be loud. You can't be quiet. Yeah, come on. So, I was inspired by a fellow weightlifter that I have seen on the YouTube. Anytime he makes a big bench press, get himself fired up, barked. Anytime you'd hear power and he would go, rump, rump, rump. And my first thought was watching that YouTube video where he barked, and I said, I'm going to make a noise to get people scratching their head and going, what the fuck's he doing? So I did the bark. And apparently people liked it.
I would say
and
people
they
loved
started
it.
barking. And then they made me bark more. And then more. Now after every show, I can't talk for the next 2 days. I end up becoming Batman. Because of all the barking, I lose my voice. So that is the origins of your rut.
And you may have said it. I was slightly distracted because I was playing around with my screens here, and I realized I was zooming in on you weirdly. And I didn't mean to do that. But what was the name of this YouTuber slash weightlifter?
Heaven the Hulk Washington.
So if anybody knows Heaven the Hulk Washington, let him know that we stole his catchphrase and we made it better.
He's got a really nice voice. He makes that bark sound really good.
Perfect.
Think of it this way. I'm Urkel.
Okay.
He's Stefan Urkel when it comes to doing the bark.
But you know what? People loved Urkel. Honestly, people like Urkel more than Stefan, so.
Stefan got Laura.
That is true. Stefan did get Laura. But, where are they now?
I think Urkel is hosting a game show.
Or
Jaleel White.
Jaleel White, that's his name.
Jaleel White, that is his real name. He is not Urkel.
And I believe it. I believe that. So, Mitch, are you ready for the last question of the day? And this might be one I take the reins on more, but I still want your input.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, take the reins. Yeah, Mitch don't know anything.
Yeah,
I got $50.
Yeah, Mitch, I just gave you the reins on Ranger Rants and that last question. But if you don't mind, I'll answer this one. But I actually do want you to answer as well.
Answer this one.
Also, I'm glad you have a $50. So, Mitch, Becky, friend of the show, in the chat right now, Spunky Girl 1381, she wants to know.
Hello, Spunky Girl 1381.
She wants to know, if you were in a tag match against Power Catman, who do you think his tag partner should be?
You take the reins.
I'll take the reins. So, for people who don't know, Power Catman is a good friend from Connecticut. However, he is also one of my arch nemesis, as I am his. He decided that, I think. The first time I met him, I defeated Fluffy the Killer Bunny at Interspecies Wrestling up in Canada.
Oh, it's the bald-headed guy, right?
Yes. I made Power Catman very upset by destroying Fluffy the Bunny. It's actually.
I don't blame you. Fluffy sucks.
Fluffy, he does suck. You know that? Even though he carried me. So, there's actually a documentary on this, which I think Roch, if he's in here, he can put in the chat, and I will put in the I'll put in the description on YouTube as well. But so after that, me and Power Catman, we've had a very tumultuous relationship. He has stolen my woman, Tara Calloway, Queen of the Dinosaurs. It did all erupt in. There's several promos. Again, I will put them down in the description on YouTube, but they are all on YouTube. They are incredible. Where pretty much I threatened to steal Soda Day from him. I threatened to beat up the Power Rangers, and he told me he was going to steal my woman and called me some unsavory names that I will not say here right now. But if it came to... Oh, and also we had a match. He beat me. Special guest referee, Pinky Sanchez. But if it came down to a tag match where I have in my corner my good friend and partner, Mitch, Power Catman, I would say I would want him to probably maybe have one of the partners of the people he's wrestled before, the people he's feuded with before. So I will allow him, for one time only, to have the partner of Joey Janela, because I know he feuded with Joey. I know they know each other very well. So I will allow him to choose Joey Janela when he goes up against myself and Mitch. Under the stipulation, and Power Catman, I think you're watching right now, the stipulation will be if I win, I get my woman back. I get the Queen of the Dinosaurs, Tara Calloway, back. The producer of Who Are the Lone Rangers, Tara Calloway, I get her back. And you never get to take her again. And after that, Power Catman, I will stand there, I'll shake your hand, and we'll share a soda. Ah, that's good. Mitch, thoughts?
I like it.
Mitch likes it?
You want your woman back?
Sure.
I mean, you married her, so you kind of need to have her back.
Yep. So,
I like it.
Becky, I know you're watching right now. I hope Power Catman was also watching. And I hope he got something out of that. And also, yeah, if he wants, he could also choose the Peanut Butter Falcon. But I'm not Jake the Snake. No, I think Jake the Snake won. Maybe I would be Jake the Snake, minus some of his unscrumptious past that I will not get into.
Somewhere else right now, anyway.
Yeah, he's somewhere else right now too. As is Joey, but you know,
he has a client.
But this is the life we live right now. That's what I got. Mitch, thoughts? Who would you want Power Catman to team with?
I want Batista.
We want Batista. So Power Catman, call up your friend Batista.
Yeah.
Bring him down.
I don't think we've ever met before. But if Batista says no to you, that's awful.
Yeah. How dare you, Batista, as I just spit all over the place.
Yeah, come on, Dave.
Power Catman.
Real hair.
Power Catman needs a tag partner. Hashtag.
We've been adding you on Twitter.
You've been added.
Letting you know. I mean, what are you doing now? You're staying home.
Yeah.
You got nothing to do. No movies being made.
Yeah.
Get back in the ring.
Yeah, everybody go up on Twitter, tweet at Big Dave, and tell him hashtag Batista be there for Power Catman of all people. As Mitch shovels more food into his face. Mitch,
that's the first time.
Mike Roch wants to know what you're eating and asked if it's pancakes. You already went over this, so we know who tunes in late.
Mr. Roch, 1. Shame for arriving late. Points taken off your quiz. 2nd, I purchased mozzarella sticks at the supermarket and I heated them before the show started. And I'm eating them now. And I will say this. I am enjoying scuffing these fried cheese sticks right in my mouth.
There you go. There you go.
Exhilarating.
Fried cheese sticks. And if you're just joining us, and we actually are up to a good amount of people, please tweet out the link. Let people know what we're doing over here. We are about to get into a new segment, which we discussed over the week. Mitch, now it is time that you and I give our hot takes. Mitch, give me the hot take song.
You want that hot takes? Hot takes.
Perfect. Oh. Okay, I didn't know if there was more or not. So pretty much what that is we're going to give our unpopular opinions on things. We both have come up with 3, and we're going to go back and forth. I'll give one, you give one, and we'll repeat that until we are done. We didn't let each other know, but we will also discuss this. So, Mitch, my first hot take, and I decided I have 3. One of them is wrestling-related, and I will start with the wrestling-related one. You don't have to have wrestling-related. I just did one.
Yeah, no, I kind of don't want wrestling-related ones because, you know, We talk about it so much.
And that's fair. But
Variety is the spice of life.
And here is my spicy take on wrestling, real quick, for anybody just tuning in. The Attitude Era, very popular era in WWE history. Absolute garbage, terrible time in wrestling. I would say 1990 to 95. I would take it over the Attitude Era any day. I'll take today over the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era was for children. People who thought cursing made them, edgy, made them real cool. And don't get me wrong, when I was 12 years old, I thought saying suck it was really cool and really funny. But as a 33-year-old, watching back, it's kind of just corny and really stupid. And so, yeah, I'm going to say that the Attitude Era, save for a few, obviously Stone Cold Steve Austin and some of the matches he put in.
Gotta watch out what you say.
Yeah, and I'll say some of the matches were good. The main events were good. But I'll put this spicy take out there. And, Mitch, I know you're not going to love this too much. What's your favorite Mark Merrow match? What's your favorite Naked Midian match?
I like the Mark Merrow match when he faced Steve Blackman.
Is this an actual match, or are you just guessing one match?
No, it actually was.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. But I'm saying, as a whole, people look back on the Attitude Era with rose-tinted glasses, and they treat it as if it's the greatest time in wrestling history, when in hindsight, I would rather watch the early 90s. I would rather watch most of today's wrestlers. Attitude Era, I think, gets a better rep than they deserve, and people need to stop treating it like it's the best of all time, when right now you've got guys like, let's say, Daniel Bryan, you've got Kevin Owens, you've got guys like this, and people are still pining for the days of the Attitude Era.
Yeah. Low Life Louie says 80s was the best.
And I'll you know what? I'll even give you the 80s as well. For me personally, I grew up in the early 90s.
Ace Goodheart Nightfire says it's the redheaded child of eras.
I would disagree with that, because isn't that... Actually, I don't know.
No, redheaded child is bad.
Oh, it's a bad thing? Yeah. It's
saying it's bad if you're redheaded. Apparently it's used as a bad thing.
I like how afraid you are to offend people that you had to point out that redheaded is not a bad thing. And you know what? Let's make that an official stance of the Lone Rangers podcast right now. If you have red hair, it's not a bad thing. Official stance. I'm going to put my stamp of approval on that one. I'm writing it down, and I'm mailing it to myself, and now it's been copywritten.
Well, South Park did trash them, and that's what started everything.
That's true. But yeah, that's my hot take. Mitch, if you have anything to add on that, feel free. If not, I would love to hear your first hot take.
First hot take.
Oh, hates my hot take.
It's your hot take?
No, you hated my hot take.
I mean, how I look at it is a little different. I mean, because everybody watches wrestling for different reasons.
Sure.
Where I like the characters in that era, Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
And had a massive amount of talent. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Sure.
Undertaker. The Rock. Mankind. Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
It had a stacked upper tier.
Yes. And I will give it that.
Yes, Raw was a lot of, considered Howard Stern-esque. But that was also the era they were in. So in a way, they were working with what people were reacting to.
I don't doubt that.
And a lot of the times, people just remember segments on the weekly television shows.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you look at classic NWA Saturday Night, it was usually just the star squashing a guy, then a couple of promos. So if you want to look at it, you don't need to see crazy epic matches on Raw every week, because usually they build up to pay-per-view.
Sure.
All I could think of is everybody focused on who were the top guys.
Right.
I could say that Stone Cold was having great matches, along with when The Rock was doing his thing. Mankind was doing his thing. Triple H was doing his thing. You had your upper tier guys that really made that. And then you had your other characters along who just boosted everything up a little bit.
That's fair. I will stand by my my thoughts on it. Not as good as people make it out to be. Definitely gets a hero worship that I don't believe is fully deserved.
Well, also, a lot of people grew up with that, and that's where they first saw it.
That's fair. That's fair. But those people are also children and wrong and dumb.
I grew up watching the Attitude Era.
All right, before I offend Mitch, Mitch, what's your first hot take? And I think that was the first or the only wrestling hot take either of us will have. So, Mitch,
probably.
Let's get into the real offensive underbelly of your life. What do you hate, or what's your hot take?
What do I hate?
What's your hot take?
Okay, I guess first hot take. I think Led Zeppelin is overrated and shouldn't be called. I can't talk. Who's the dog? You know, I taught the dog how to open and close the door.
And say your name, apparently.
Hey.
When we have a best of year one, that is opening and closing clip. But go on. Really get into Led Zeppelin.
Okay, so I like listening to classic rock stations.
Okay.
I'm tired of hearing the Get the Lead Out on every rock station, where it's like a half hour dedicated to Led Zeppelin songs multiple times a day. I don't care how many albums they sold. Personally, I don't feel anything what they're saying. I don't connect with them.
It's fair.
I do like the Immigrant song. Bruiser Brody helps me out with that one a lot.
That's also
a good song.
Very good
That's
point.
That's a good song. I like the Immigrant song. It's a good song. It's a good song.
Billy Avery wants to know what...
as a whole, a lot of the songs are just whatever. I don't care how good the guitar is. I don't care how
fuck Jimmy
the
Page.
wordplay is. I just can't get into them, and I don't want to hear them for 3 hours, specifically dedicated to the greatest rock band of all time.
So I want... Billy Avery asked, what about Stairway to Heaven?
The opening part with the flute, I think, like, that was good, but then, like, after that's all over and they start going to the guitar and stuff, that's why I'm just like,
Get
whatever.
over it. Right. That's fair.
I like the joke they do in Wayne's World, you know. No stairway.
But
denied.
Arguably not even the funniest joke featuring a real band in that whole movie, though.
Yeah, where I just get tired of hearing them. I enjoy listening to other bands over them most of the time.
And I'm going to make this statement. You let me know where you stand on this one. Led Zeppelin is just Black Sabbath for bedwetters. They took what Led Zeppelin was doing and they turned it into amazing, great music.
Oh, I'll choose Black Sabbath over Led
obviously.
Zeppelin any day of the week.
Obviously. Led Zeppelin's not putting out Black Lives Matter shirts.
Black Sabbath's doing that?
Yeah, they had one. It's the cover of Paranoid, and instead of saying Black Sabbath, it says Black Lives Matter. Real cool shirt.
I ought to find that.
Yeah, I will. I'll look the link up. I'll send it to you a little bit later. Mitch, do you mind if I give my second hot take? And this one, a little spicy. A little extra spice on the top.
Sounds good.
This one's for all the people out there. Low Life Louie Jr., he's in here. I know he will disagree. I think Louie might disagree. Mitch, I think you're going to disagree. But let's get this on the table. Dogs. They suck. Dogs are not as good as cats. They'll never be as good as cats. Dogs will have their moments, but then realistically, you pet a dog for like 5 minutes, and then it's kind of like... Are you familiar with the phrase a punisher? Like when you describe a person as a punisher?
Yeah, my ex.
Fair enough. So a punisher, in my mind, is a person who doesn't stop talking to you and they don't leave you alone even when the conversation's far from over. Dogs are punishers as animals. And the chat right now is going nuts.
My ex.
And the chat right now is going nuts, but I will stand by this. Dogs have their moments, but overall, trash animal, not even top 10. I'd rather have a cat. I do have 3 cats. One has one leg missing. I will say, 10 times out of 10 times, I'm going cats over dogs because dogs are annoying.
So,
hold on. Dogs are annoying. They bark too much. Let's see what else. They lick you, and that's disgusting. People who act like it's okay that dogs just lick you is disgusting and wrong, and those people are pig people who belong in the trash.
a lot of people get licked.
It's disgusting. Dogs shit in the backyard, and you just have to go step in it later.
You've never shit in your backyard?
No, I've peed in the backyard several times.
You've never shit in the backyard?
I don't think... No, I definitely haven't. I'm gonna... No, I've shit in my front yard. I was also wearing pants at the time. I shit in my pants. Dogs eat their own poop. I think cats do too. But still, some dogs are good. And you know what? I'll even say smaller dogs, I'm okay with them. A little bit more okay with them. Do I want to own one? Absolutely not. Do all dogs go to heaven? Absolutely not. Some do. Some definitely do. But all cats, they all go to heaven. Cats are the better animal. Mitch, weigh in.
Right now I'm weighing in at probably about 270.
Mitch, I had a great rant there, and you took me out of it.
Well, I mean, personality-wise, my guess is you're one of those people who just don't like to be bothered.
Yes.
You know, when you got a canine waiting for you at the door, looking to give you nothing but love, because human society is filled with trash, garbage. And then you come home, and then you get this dog who, let's face it, throw your wife in the trunk, throw your dog in the trunk, close it, leave him in there for an hour, open it up. Who's going to be happy to see you?
I would say, would your dog live for that long? Locked in the trunk?
The dog would be happy to see you.
That's fair. But that also shows how dumb they are, because you lock that dog in the trunk, and it's still happy to see you. If you lock your wife in the trunk, she's not going to be happy to see you, because she knows what you did.
It teaches us forgiveness and compassion.
I don't need this forgiveness.
This is why you will die a miserable death.
And I hope so.
Because your cat is not going to care.
And you know what? I hope I do. And I hope that's at age 33. And then I hope my cat eats my corpse.
No, you can't die now. You're my tag partner.
That's
You're
true.
on a good roll.
That's true. And that's why my hot takes cats. Mitch, what's your... What?
Roll.
Mitch, what's your second hot take? Did you forget your other hot takes? Were you too...
Nah. Here's a hot take. Unpopular opinion. The stupid pineapple goes or doesn't go on pizza joke on the internet is dumb.
Yeah, very dumb joke. I'm with you on this. I'll talk about that all day.
I'll talk about so many internet jokes that aren't funny. Like naming guys Kyle because they wear a monster hat.
Sometimes that one kind of makes
sense. Talking about how bacon... Internet jokes are
very
not
dumb.
as funny as they seem. That's
very
the
dumb.
hot thing.
Yep.
The bacon joke. Bacon's good, but it's not that good.
Yeah. And Roger in the chat just made a good point. You know what goes on pizza? Whatever the fuck you want.
You know, I don't know when he curses because all I see is dots.
I think that's the way you have it set up. I get to see the full hard R curse word in here. But
what?
No, I meant a hard R rating. I did not mean it that way. Roch did not say any word that had an R. I meant MPAA rating R, like the way we rate movies.
Action Ortiz says bacon is great. That's why they called him Rob Van Ham at House of Hardcore.
And you know what?
Yeah, we called him the whole effing catering because he ate all the pizza.
That's not very nice.
No, all the vets got mad at him.
That's also not nice if he's eating all the pizza, I guess, so you're right. But yeah, I'm actually with you. Most memes, most internet jokes, absolutely not funny. Bacon is not a personality. I'll even say, and I didn't have this written down, but The Office and memes about The Office, also not a good personality. And yeah, pineapple on pizza, I would never eat it. But if
I've actually had pineapple on pizza. It was like a Hawaiian-style pizza with ham and pineapple on it. It was pretty good.
And producer Tara Calloway loves pineapple on pizza. She gets it almost every time we get pizza. I don't understand it though.
To it.
It's not for me. Hot fruits is a weird thing for me, but I'm not buying.
Why is Roch talking about the Simpsons?
I guess there's Simpsons memes. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of Simpsons memes. I'm hit or miss on those. I'm hit or miss on those myself.
I mean, memes are memes. I think it's just today's political cartoon.
That's fair. That's fair. Mitch, can I give you my third hot take?
Okay.
You're not so sad about that. I don't know.
Well, you destroyed my childhood. You said that my dog doesn't count.
I didn't say the dog doesn't count.
Oh, you said it subliminally.
I said it's probably an annoying creature. After
you know what? Storm gives nothing but love to this universe.
And I don't doubt that.
I'm sure when she sees you, she's gonna go, "Oh, that guy," and then walk away.
Well, then you know what? I'd love to test this out.
Yeah, we have to get booked by me.
Also true. Mitch,
Which never happens.
Here's my third hot take. I don't know where you stand on this. And I actually have something I'm going to pull up real quick. This is a controversial opinion, but I want to show why I feel this way. Because at first when I heard it, I went, "Oh, that's a weird thing to say." But here we go, Mitch. I don't know where you stand on this supposed sport. I'm going to say
baseball doesn't exist.
Baseball doesn't exist. It's not a real sport. So there's this Instagram I stumbled upon, investigate_baseball.
Okay, thank you. Your credible source.
Yes, it's a good source. Yes,
investigate. I can find news on Instagram.
So on there, I'm just going to read you the description. Baseball is fake. Babe Ruth never existed. I'm sold. But if I'm going to dial it back a little bit, I'll say I believe that baseball does exist. It does happen. But I will say it's about as much of a sport as competitive chess. It's about as much of a sport as competitive eating. I'd actually probably give competitive eating more of a sports title, because baseball is just a bunch of guys, and I could say this, a bunch of fat fucks standing on hills of dirt, swinging bats, throwing balls back and forth. Me and my dad used to throw a ball back and forth when I was a kid. Does that make me a professional athlete? Absolutely not. Baseball stars are not real athletes, and they are not actual sporticians. They are not. It's not something that I would count in the actual sport. I would rather back up Joey Chestnut, a real throat goat, and say that he is a real sports person. Really, you know what I'm talking about, Mitch? He's a real throat goat. Really slams those. He's the glizzy gladiator.
I never actually fully researched what glizzy is. This might be something really disgusting.
Yeah, I don't fully know either. But Joey Chestnut, the throat goat, much better than Babe Ruth, a fat fuck who smoked a cigar and pretended he was an athlete.
I mean, he did a lot.
Bullshit.
Okay, well, baseball does exist because I've attended games before.
See, I've
seen players play.
Like I said, I have my doubts on it. And Billy Avery, actually, I could see he's probably a follower of Investigate Baseball. The players are holograms. Baseball is just stream video games. And I do kind of feel that way.
Then wouldn't that mean everything else in the world is a stream video game?
No, not necessarily.
What if Morpheus does exist? We're just not all ready to get unplugged.
No, I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what that means, but I've saw The Matrix once.
Oh, you know what it means.
But anyway, that's my hot take. I do believe baseball.
I want to continue on this hot take.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the owner, Bernard Curry, who started Curry Automotive up in the Northeast region.
Okay.
Owned many dealerships before he passed. There's a picture of him and Babe Ruth on the wall. He met Babe Ruth, so I'm assuming he liked the Yankees.
Okay.
More importantly, baseball, which was a sport that existed then and still exists now. Not all players are fat. Joe DiMaggio wasn't fat. Lou Gehrig wasn't fat.
Yeah,
Babe Ruth was glorified as fat.
Yeah, he was fat.
Yeah, Babe Ruth was big.
Mark McGrath? No, what's his name? McGuire, fat.
He wasn't fat. He was
that Asian guy on the Yankees, fat.
What guy on the Yankees?
The Asian guy.
Are you talking about Hideki Matsui?
Probably.
He was never fat.
Fat fuck.
Yeah.
Bartolo Colon. He's fat. Little hefty.
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah. Hiseki Arabu. He's fat. Fat toad. I'm just reading names out of the chat. I don't know who any of these people are, but I assume all of them are fat. Mitch, what's your third hot take before we become a full-blown baseball podcast? Also, we've got a bunch of people watching right now, so if you're just watching, I feel Attitude Era sucks, dogs are garbage, baseball's not a real sport, it might not even really exist. Mitch doesn't like Led Zeppelin, and help me out, Mitch, what was your other hot take?
Pineapple.
Oh,
internet jokes suck.
Internet jokes suck, and I'm with him on all this.
Okay, third hot take. This is going to piss off a lot of people probably. They shouldn't allow bicycles in this New York City.
That's a hot take. Why do you say that?
Because every time I drive, they're either going towards me, driving through the red lights, between the cars, and no matter what, let's say if they hit into you, they could still sue and probably win. When a lot of them are just riding recklessly. I'm just trying to get to my destination, and you're seeing people popping wheelies on bicycles, just going through red lights, not wearing a helmet, just no care. It's annoying. I just want to get to my destination safe and sound. At least, make it a law where they have to do the bike path. They're just tired of seeing these bicycles and mopeds just roaming through the street when it's green light and they're all coming through and I can't move forward.
I'm going to say I think they should allow bikes in New York. But yeah, I think cyclists could practice a little bit better bike safety. I've driven it, not as much as you.
I just let the bicycles in the city. It's just getting annoying every time I go into the city and I'm seeing people just riding in my way when I have a green light and they got a red light technically on their side, but they don't care. They're going through and I just can't get back home.
And I don't drive in the city as much as you, so maybe you're more skilled to talk on this. But I don't know. I say just practice bicycle safety. Can't have everybody driving cars and stuff.
Yes, they should have bicycle safety courses.
They probably do, and people just don't take them because they're too busy, trying to get to the next art gala. Is that a word?
Law.
That's fair. But I don't know if I have too much to say on bikes in New York. I never hit a bike in New York. One time driving, and this happened a few years ago, so I think I'm allowed to talk about it. Driving in New Brunswick, I did hit a person once. She was drunk and ran into the middle of the road. It was at a stop sign, so I was going probably 2 miles an hour. But I did hit her. She fell down and then got up and yelled some expletives at me. Threw the rest of her alcoholic drink at my car, and then she walked off perfectly fine. So I didn't feel bad about that whatsoever. Plus, she was a college kid, and hot take number 4, college kids don't count. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. But yeah, with bikes, just everybody be safe. You know what I mean? And rollerblades.
Be safe. Have fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Tremont.
Where?
Your impression.
Oh.
But speaking of Matt Tremont, Mitch, tomorrow, August 1st, Williamstown, New Jersey, H2O Wrestling presents Back in the Saddle. And this is for anybody who tuned in to see Wrestling Talk and got real confused that it just turned into a baseball hate podcast and a bike hate podcast. We're going to talk about a little bit of wrestling now, so thank you for hanging in there. We've already been going for 45 minutes, so we don't have too much time left. Mitch, Action Ortiz wants to know why you're dripping.
Mitches be dripping.
Mitches be dripping, and that's exactly right. So, Mitch, what I think we should do is let's go through the card of Back in the Saddle. If you have predictions, feel free to throw them out there. If you have something that you're looking forward to more than something else.
Lone Rangers over Batista. Retain titles.
So, yeah, let's just get that out right now. Lone Rangers Open Challenge. And I have it on good authority. We are opening
the Batista challenge. It's the Lone Rangers Batista challenge.
It is the Batista challenge. If anybody else walks through that curtain, they can expect to lose in no time flat, because we want one thing. We want Big Dave. Hashtag be there Batista. Everybody go tweet at him right now, please. Thank you.
David Batista.
So that is one match. Another match on the show.
Guard your galaxy.
Yeah, go guard the galaxy, Groot.
No, you've got to guard his galaxy from us, because we're taking it over.
Yeah, and when we win, not only will we hold those I was going to look for the H2O titles in my car. Not only are we going to hold those H2O titles high.
You got to include us in Evolution, Dave.
Yeah, we're going to be in Evolution. We're going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
and you
goddamn
right.
To Rick and Hunter.
We're going to be
in Evolution, because we're the new breed.
And we're going to be the Avengers. We're going to be the new Avengers.
Yeah, it's Endgame for everyone who gets in our way.
Exactly. Ooh, I like that. If I knew anything about comics, I would probably like it a little bit more. Mitch, another match on that show. It's a 3-way for the hybrid title. Lucky 13 versus Johnny Nova versus Frankie Picard.
Shucks. Lucky. Yes, it's going to be a very amazing match. Lucky 13, very talented.
Mm-hmm.
Reigning, defending, hybrid champion of the Hardcore Hustle organization. Johnny Nova, face Lucky 13 in singles.
Awesome match.
Came up short, but definitely put on a good face. Frankie Picard has defeated Lucky 13 in the past. However, Frankie Picard has terrible stamina. How do I know that? He smokes every match, so he must get wounded easily.
That's true.
And it doesn't help that the fans bring cigarettes for him.
Do they?
He's get even more winded.
I did not know this.
For some reason, that little cigarette, whatever company it is, gives him that fire. The fire gives him the fire.
This is true.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
And I'm going to say, if people haven't seen Lucky 13 versus Johnny Nova, go back and watch that match. It's on IWTV. We don't get any money for plugging it. I'm just plugging because it's a good match. It was the last Subterranean Violence by H2O. Mitch, who do you have winning this match?
You know, Lucky's been very lucky.
Oh.
However, Johnny Nova, he says he's going over. Frankie Picard, just give that man a cigarette and he's got the W. I'm going with Frankie Picard.
Wow. So I thought you were going to go Johnny Nova on that one. And I'll be honest, I'm going Johnny Nova on this one. Obviously, a lot of the fans do not know him. He's one of the newcomers in H2O, but he's coming in hot. And I think people don't know what to expect from him as much. Lucky obviously had his match, but I'm going to go newcomer upsets the vets. Johnny Nova's going over. Up next, and this is in no real order, I'm just kind of picking from my list here, we have Kit Osborne versus Raven Havoc in a grudge match.
Grudge match. They both go after each other on social media.
Don't stop.
People are complaining. They're fighting at different shows.
That's true. They fought at other shows in the area.
Yes, they've gotten in trouble. They've gotten Matt in trouble.
This is true.
You want to know what?
What?
Let's just have them both go out, so we don't have to deal with either one.
Wow, that's a hot take. We're back in our hot takes now.
No hot takes.
No hot takes.
I will stay professional. However, Raven Havoc has endured a lot.
Did you get drunk in between the last
career? For Kit Osborne's too busy drinking cheap wine and wearing the same Coles suit, just with a different tie. And then he's too busy getting his hair braided, not thinking about a match. So I think you're getting pretty serious.
Fair enough.
My answer is Raven Havoc.
Yeah, I was going to actually go the same way. Kit's been a thorn in Raven Havoc's side, as the old cliche goes, and I got to go Raven Havoc as well. I'm actually probably looking forward to that match more than most matches. It's something that I can't wait to see, because there's a lot of bad blood in that blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of bad blood. It's going to be spilt everywhere.
Ooh. So, Mitch, up next, I'm going to go to Preacher versus Brandon Kirk.
Preacher!
Is that just your prediction? Is that all we're doing on that one?
Preacher. It's going to be really exciting seeing him in the ring again.
Agreed.
Really good. Helped me out a lot.
Helped a lot of us out.
Brandon Kirk is a crazy SOB.
Also true.
In the ring with the best of them. He's gone through the worst with the best of them. Really tough. However, I think Preacher has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
A lot to prove.
I'm with
However,
you.
I think Brandon Kirk is just tired of people just, just seeing him. Oh, it's Brandon Kirk. So, while Preacher has something to prove to himself, I think Brandon Kirk has something even bigger to prove to himself.
Wow.
So, I'm going to go with the captain, Brandon Kirk.
Does he call himself the captain? I don't know this.
Well, space, the final frontier.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. We got a Kirk and a Picard.
Both Star Trek captains are on H2O tomorrow.
Yes, this is true. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Jean-Luc Frankie Picard and Captain Brandon Kirk.
Yeah, so if you guys are on the fence but you love Star Trek, come on down because we got Kirk and Picard.
I love Star Trek.
and I've tagged with Brandon Kirk for years. I'm getting weird looks from producer Tara Calloway, who loves Star Trek, and I don't think she wants to see either of them in Star Trek. I've tagged with Kirk for years. I know what he's capable of. I've never been in the ring with Preacher, but sometimes I think experience is on the side of the winner, and I will say that Preacher, he will be in front of all his students, so I think he doesn't want to have that embarrassment of losing in front of all of his students. So I got to go Preacher on that one. Mitch!
Well, hopefully he can get it up for his experience to work.
Mitch! What do you think about Mark Angel versus Chuck Payne?
Chuck has been on a roll.
He has.
I think Mark Angel's getting annoyed that people are looking at his son and not him.
Ooh, that's true. Little Marcus Mathers.
I like to think Mark Angel is pro wrestling's Al Bundy.
So
he's still thinking about the 4 touchdowns he threw at Polk High. So he's probably still thinking about the big match he had years ago that he's still living off
That's
of.
true. Him versus Crazy Ivan.
And Chuck Payne, his last name is Payne.
That's true. It is.
He brings the pain.
And he got new T-shirts.
He likes the pain. He has T-shirts that say pain. He's got a motorcycle.
I sat on it. Instagram.com/Jeff Cannonball.
Yes, he sat on it. Therefore, you felt the pain.
I burnt myself on it.
You burnt the pain.
Yes.
Well, that can only mean one thing.
What's that mean?
Yeah, probably Chuck Payne's just going to destroy Mark Angel.
Yeah, I'm going to say Chuck Payne. And I was going to say, I've been in the ring with both of them. Mark, he surprised me. He brought me to my limit a little bit more than I thought he would. But Chuck Payne on a roll right now, absolute monster. I'm going Chuck Payne completely. Mitch, how about this one? Pro wrestling's biggest crybaby, Stockade. I'm just kidding, Stockade. I love you, you crybaby. I love you. Versus Mason Martin. Versus Bam Sullivan. Versus Aiden Ball. Bale. Sorry about that. Is that your prediction as well? Or that's correcting me?
I'm going to go with Bam. He's coming
Wow.
off of a good victory against Kid Osborne. Mason Martin has a kind of a romantic connection with Stockade, it seems. He's always in the same match with Stockade.
Yep.
I guess there's some kind of love there. So I think Mason Martin might get too attached to Stockade throughout the match. Wanting to beat Stockade up so badly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Stockade's probably going, oh, this stupid idiot.
Sounds like Stockade.
I know that's been said on television. Deal with it. I will say it now.
No, but he would call somebody a stupid idiot. Well, also
I've heard it in other places.
Yeah, I feel like it's safe to say a stupid idiot has been said before it was said on TV.
Yeah. Stupid idiot.
So
on a serious note, Bam Sullivan is coming off a big victory against Kid Osborne. I haven't seen Aiden Bale in the ring in a while.
That's true.
Stockade's old, and he's probably going to be very grizzled in this match.
I think what you said before. I think Mason Martin's going to really kind of be barking up Stockade's tree. They might get.
He's been barking up Stockade's tree almost every show he's been on.
This is true. They may get entangled and go fuck off somewhere. I'm going to be with you, Bam Sullivan, on that one.
Yep, Bam Sullivan.
Up next. And I know we're running slow on time. We'll go over a little bit. So if you guys want to watch WWE SmackDown starring Brock Lesnar, we're going to go over. So set your DVRs. We're not going to go over too long. We only got 2 more matches here. Let's go with this one because I assume this is the co-main event. We got Low Life Louis Ramos, H2O heavyweight champion, also in the chat right now, versus
Low Life Louis in the chat room.
Yes, versus the Notorious 187. Homicide.
Louis does lose a lot.
But he's also our champion.
So you gotta worry for Louis sometimes. However, Homicide, he's been around the world.
He has. And
trained Louis.
Yeah.
He trained Louis. Which means Louis has a lot to prove to Homicide.
But they've wrestled before.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter.
And if I'm not mistaken, Louis has beaten
this
Homicide.
Match matters. Louis the champion.
That's true.
Homicide's coming in going, no, I don't care if you're my student. I want that belt.
That's true too.
And then Homicide said on Facebook he's going to bring it to the Smashing Pumpkins concert.
I did not see that.
Well, I saw it. And it's true when they say the world is a vampire.
I didn't know the next line I was going to say, and I forgot.
Yeah. So I think Louis is going to come off on top. But he has a lot more riding on this.
You know, I might...
That title means a lot to Louis.
It does. It means the world to Louis.
Beating Homicide means a lot to Louis.
Also true.
Showing everybody who goes to H2O, all the young guns, his trainer, the bulldozer, the boss man, and whoever watches online, Lou is letting everybody know that he is the champion. He's here to stay. He's not dropping that belt. And if he has to bring all the dildos out of his house for this match, then he'll do that to win.
That's true. Dildos all over the place. I am with you. I'm giving this one to Louis. 2 men I respect greatly. Louis I am obviously much closer to. He was in my wedding. He's one of my best friends. As you said before, the H2O title means the world to him, and I think he's going to go through hell and back to keep that title. I don't think we're going to see that title going anywhere tomorrow. And Louis he's kind of like me, and I know you get mad at me for this, and I've been doing better. But Louis always says that he is Homicide's worst student. I don't know that to be true. I don't believe that is true, and I think tomorrow we will see that Louis is just as good as anybody else, and we will see him bring Homicide to his limit, and then I'm going to be with you on this one. He's going to pin Homicide. Louis keeps the title.
If it helps Louis, I'm House of Hardcore's worst student.
There we go. No, actually, I know that's not true, and I will not say who on here, but you know who I am thinking of.
Well, let's see what Action RT says in the comments.
That's true. But, Mitch, before we do that, we got one more match, what I assume will be the main event. I think it's safe to assume when you see no rope barbed wire on the marquee, that will be the main event.
It takes a while to put it off, so I don't think they want to do any more matches after they tear it down.
We've got Matt Tremont versus Mouse in a no rope barbed wire match. Mitch, what you got?
Matt Tremont. Who did he ever beat?
Me. A lot.
What does that say about you? Kidding.
I beat him in our last singles match.
Whatever, shut up.
Got my win.
So this is Matt's 44th, 45th no rope barbed wire match.
Something like that.
This is Mouse's first no rope barbed wire match. Mouse wanted it, ask, you shall receive. Matt's been doing this a while. Mouse is not. Matt knows how it feels. Mouse does not. Matt obviously has the advantage. Mouse has the youth and the hunger and less years of brutalizing that body. Where when he wakes up, he doesn't know how it feels to hurt. His back is still on point. Then you got Matt. Whenever he gets out of the chair, a little rough. I still think I'm going to go with Matt.
Yeah.
Matt's young.
Nothing.
He has still has a huge fire up that keister. He's not going to go down for anyone.
This is true. Nothing but respect for Mouse. He called out the top dog. I've been there before. But yeah, I don't see it going the other way. I think you're right. I think Tremont keeps this one. But I think Mouse is going to impress a whole lot of people. I think this is just the beginning. Of course
he is.
Yeah, and this is just the beginning for Mouse. I think it's all uphill from now. And there you go, perfect Mouse impression. We are back to impressions. But yeah, it's getting late, so I will say Matt Tremont, but not as easily as I think some people would like to say.
Oh, quick Ranger rant.
Oh, quick! You don't want to save this for next week? You got a rant for right now?
Kevin Hernandez and Billy Avery. Stop talking to each other in our chat. Talk to us. We're here. Don't ignore.
I'm going to disagree and say go ahead and talk in the chat, have fun, but tell your friends. Tell your friends to come here so they're also in the chat, talking to us, talking back. Hit the follow.
They're not talking about us, though. They're saying, I miss you, man. I miss you, too, man.
But, Mitch.
We're here.
But, Mitch, the Lone Rangers.
Spread the love.
Who are the Lone Rangers, Mitch? We're people.
I have no idea. Why are we doing this?
We're people who
We're still trying to figure out who the Lone Rangers are.
We're people who bring people together. We bring them together, and then we make them friends again. We make them have connections in the chat room, and then they're good friends, and then they keep coming back. They keep watching our show.
They make love, and they kiss each other.
Yes, they can make love and kiss each other. Please no cyber sex in the chat room. It's not one of our rules, but if we have to add it, we will add that. So please no cyber sexing in the chat room. If you guys,
we're just gonna play pop up Jesus and say quit playing.
Yes. So
Billy
Mitch,
Avery wants a tag title match against us.
Come on down.
Him and Ron Voyage.
Well, there is an open challenge tomorrow, Williamstown, New Jersey. Come on down. If Batista doesn't show up, maybe you can get in there. But I have a good feeling Batista's showing up. So
how about this? If Batista doesn't show up, if you guys want a match with us, you got to get Batista to show up.
Oh yeah.
First we beat him.
I will guarantee that if you guys if anybody, Billy Avery and Ron Voyage especially, but if anybody gets Batista to show up, we'll have a match with him. Handicap match, me and Mitch versus you two, or you three.
Batista.
But mostly Batista. Hashtag be there Batista.
Batista.
Mitch, we haven't actually gone over that much, so we are pretty good. Batista. We're only 5 minutes into Batista. We are only 5 minutes into WWE SmackDown starring Brock Lesnar. Mitch, what do you got to plug?
Plug. Right.
Where do they find you online?
I have a new Twitter.
Ooh.
It's at Mitch_Valen. I hate Twitter, but I use it to promote and to spread love.
I think we have to update the Twitter bio.
I have a Twitter bio.
No, the Lone Rangers Twitter bio. I think we got to update it for your new tag. I think your old one's still in there.
We have the Lone Rangers have their own Twitter bio. At who are the Lone Rangers? At WAT Lone Rangers.
Yep.
We spread the word of what we're doing. Our podcasts, our matches.
And now, Mitch,
follow me on Instagram at awesome. Mitch Valen. I put up pictures and videos.
Yep. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Jeff Cannonball, all one word. As Mitch said before, we do have an Instagram and a Twitter at WAT Lone Rangers. Twitch.
Billy Avery said, just texted Batista. I found his number on Google.
Well, we'll have to see what Batista says to that.
Yeah, if he doesn't show up tomorrow, we're calling out Billy Avery.
There we go. But guys, please keep showing up. Keep telling people what we're doing. Twitch.tv/WAT Lone Rangers. And then we put the show on YouTube in the early next week. Hit the follow button on here. I think there's some other things you could do on Twitch, but we're still figuring out. I see there's a follow button. Hit that. We also have an email, WATLoneRangers@gmail.com. If you have any questions or anything else you want to send over to us, by all means, feel free. Mitch, before we get out of here, what's the goodbye song?
Goodbye. 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 Lone Rangers!